Vice President Sara Duterte is at the Senate today. She arrived ahead of the second day of her impeachment trial. The Vice President, who marked history as the first Philippine official to be impeached twice, was a no-show yesterday, the first day of the trial. Hannah T. joins us on the line from the Senate. Hannah, what are we expecting? Will the Vice President attend day 2, and will we see the bloodbath that she has been asking for?
Yes, currently we are in front of the Tañada room. This is the holding room of the defense team of Vice President Sara Duterte. She actually arrived around 12:19 to 12:20 in the afternoon. At nakikita nyo sa inyong screen ngayon yung pintuan ng kanyang kwarto. Pumasok siya dyan kanina, batapos yung saglitang press conference sa harap ng media kanina. At sinabi niya maiksi, no, but matapang na statement. She said, "In this bloodbath and bludgeoning, I will be blooded but unbound." At matapos niyan, dumiretso siya dito sa Tañada room at nagkaroon ng, there was a bit of a commotion, because obviously the Senate media, we were all shocked that she actually arrived dahil kanina kasi nauna yung reports na posible siyang dumating pero walang pasabi initially kung kumpirmado itong arrival. Dito sa kabila may perong Padilla room, which is the holding room naman for the prosecution. So kung mapapansin nyo, magkatapat lang yan na kwarto ng prosec at defense, at ilang oras or ilang minuto na lang rather ay magsisimula na yung impeachment trial day 2 ni Vice President Sara Duterte. We are expecting nasisipot ang dalawang NBI agents bilang first witnesses ng kanyang trial. Mahalaga itong day 2 because ito na yung opisyal na presentation of witnesses. Inaasahan nating dadating si NBI Regional Director Jeremy Lotok and Senior Agent John Mark Calilong. These two officials are expected to present itong expert testimony pagdating doon sa alleged assassination plot ni VP Sara against President Bongbong Marcos, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and former House Speaker Martin Romualdez sa isang online press conference yan with the media last year. At itong dalawang NBI agent kasi they testified earlier na concluded earlier that the video was authentic and it showed no signs of manipulation or the use of AI or artificial intelligence. Yan yung inaasahan nating pag-uusapan mamaya sa day 2 ng trial na isasalang itong Article 4 o yung paratang na alleged assassination plot. So ang sitwasyon ngayon sa Senado, may nakaantabay ang Senate media sa harap ng holding room ng defense team ni VP Sara. Anytime soon, posible siyang lumabas. At initially kasi ang information according to Attorney Michael Powa, the spokesperson of her legal team, hindi raw siya sisipot sa trial mamayang 2 p.m. Nandito siya para sa isang pagpupulong sa kanyang legal team na nandyan din sa loob, kasama si Attorney Sheila Sison, who serves as her lead legal counsel. Nakita pa natin si Attorney Sheila na sinalubong itong si VP Sara bago tuluyang sinara itong pinto kasama yung kanyang legal team. At so far, yan yung latest dito sa Senado. Medyo kumalma naman yung sitwasyon, although kanina this was filled with Senate reporters and also Office of the Senate Sergeant at Arms personnel. I
understand because yes, nagulat ang marami na pumunta dyan si VP Sara, no? Pero linawad lang natin, as of this time, you're not sure kung a-attend siya sa trial mamaya. Mga 2 o'clock yun, di ba?
Sabi kasi ni Attorney Michael Powa, na spokesperson ng kanyang legal team, na hindi siya sisipot. Pero nung tinatanong natin si VP Sara doon sa kanyang pagdating kanina, ay sinabi niya na hindi siya nagsalita, rather mumingiti lang siya sa Senate media. So sa ngayon ito si lead prosecutor Jervil Luistro na kasalukuyan ay kumaharap sa media. Kararating lang niya, siya ang lead prosecutor ng House Prosecution. At kanina rin nakausap na natin si spokesperson naman ng Prosec din, si former Representative Ace Barbers at interesado nga sila kung sisipot itong si VP Sara sa trial mamayang 2 p.m. May.
Did you catch for a bit kung anong sinabi ni lead prosecutor, Congresswoman Jerville?
Medyo malayo tayo, no? Dahil hindi pwedeng sumama or dumikit yung media. Pero kasama rin ni Luistro ang iba pang prosecutors. Kung makikita niyo sa inyong screen, yan dito si Representative Laila De Lima, nakakarating lang din, at iba pang House prosecutors. Kanina sumulpot panandalian itong si Barbers at si Representative Rene Co. At sa ngayon, wala pa tayong naririnig din mula sa kampo ng defense team. Nakatapat lang noong kwarto ng House prosecutors. May?
We're seeing some members of the prosecution panel are now there at the Senate. We hope to hear from you later at 2 p.m. Hannity joining us from the Senate. Questions remain on why Senator Cheese Escudero was elected to preside over the impeachment trial of VP Sara Duterte. On BNC's at the forefront, the convener of the group, Artikulo 11, lawyer J.V. Bautista says Senator Cheese is not qualified for the job, citing various controversies being tied to him, including the flood control scandal.
During the impeachment of Corona, inexposed ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada that many of the senators were given some consideration for voting against Corona.
I can't remember if it was,
natalo,
magkano ba, 100 million
100
pesos?
million.
Oo.
And one of those who got the biggest share was Jesus Escudero. So doon pa lang, may problema na tayo. Number two, when he handled the first impeachment of Sara Duterte, when he was still Senate President, di ba? He delayed it, inexplicably delayed it by not even understanding the simple word forthwith. That was why he was pilloried even in UP. Na anong klaseng abogado to? And number three, and I think this is very critical, he is very much involved in the flood control scam.
Attorney Bautista adds that Senate President Sherwin Gatchalian or Senate President pro tempore Tito Soto should preside over the trial. Who delivered the stronger opening statement on the first day of the impeachment trial? Attorney Tranquil Salvador, who was part of the defense team in the Corona impeachment trial, weighed in on the opening statements of both camps. On BNC's On Point, he said the prosecution appeared to focus on appealing to the public, while the defense emphasized on the burden of proof and the right of the accused to due process.
As to the conduct or the presentation of both when it comes to their opening statements, the prosecution tried to capture their case. However, you would note they would really want to touch the political side of the matter, especially so touching on the OFWs, the suffering of the Filipino people. So this is really trying to capture the I would say the interest of the people at large. On the part of the defense, what they wanted to achieve was really to call the attention of everybody in terms of the evidence available. Whether they will be able to present evidence, meaning the prosecution, what is the burden of proof, what are the protections of due process on the part of the accused, why is this due process rights under the Constitution important in this kind of proceedings.
Salvador also said it is too early to predict whether the vice president will be convicted.
Siguro kung nagkakapi tayo, pwede tayo maghaka-haka. Pero siguro, but I would say, from now up until the votes will be cast, a lot of things could happen. Even the day before, or to backtrack 2 days before, a lot of things could happen. So it's very early. Sabi nga sa Tagalog, sa ating salita, mahirap magsalita ng tapos.